Hey, how are you?
I am doing great. What about yourself?
I'm doing absolutely wonderful. And I get to talk with my friend.
Oh, she froze up. In the
Oh,
meantime, everybody, happy St. Patrick's Day. Don't worry, my house isn't burning down. It's just my incense and all that to make sure I bring you guys great energy. So the great thing tonight is we're going to be bringing you the reveal for the Connecticut Paracon. And it being St. Patrick's Day is great, but on St. Patrick's Day, you could be lucky or unlucky. Luckily for us in Ohio, an asteroid came by or meteor came by, ripped through the sky, created a sonic boom, and decided to dive into Lake Erie, just missing us up here in Cleveland. The other thing is we've had multiple earthquakes, one hitting at about 4.0. Also, it snowed today. And over the last week, there's been 6 Bigfoot sightings. So it's really weird. Is that lucky? I guess it's lucky because I didn't get eaten by Bigfoot. The meteor didn't hit my building. The snow was just a dusting, which is always good, especially being in Ohio. So we survived that. The unlucky part, as you could see, Gwen and I are here, but Charles isn't. So Charles was trying to fly back from Florida after an event, and he got delayed 3 times. So by the time he gets home or off the flight, it's going to be like 8:30. And of course, we are here from about 7 to 7:45 to bring you the news. But the great thing is the news we're bringing you is we're going to announce all of our paranormal guests. The tricky part is I'm going to leave you on a cliffhanger tonight because I'm going to hold back who our 2 horror guests are going to be. And it's going to be exciting. But Charles will probably be landed by then. And a week or so from now, we'll talk about our horror guests. I don't know exactly when, but we'll be announcing it and have another show talking about the horror guests and just more information that you might need. Of course, tickets, if you see down here, I got www.paracon.org. That way you could buy your tickets, and that way you don't miss us and all the different things going on. We have some other things up our sleeve too. So always check out the website and see all the updates. But let's kind of get to it, And I think first off, a lot of you, if you don't know Charles and I are an events duo. We do national and international events as the Shaman and the Showman LLC. What makes us different? Pretty much, we're paranormal investigators, authors, true crime experts, horror experts. We've appeared on movies, TV, radio, podcasts, all over the place on all our different backgrounds. Of course, we run not only the Connecticut Paracon, the Salem Paracon. We run the Salem Paracon and Horror Fest, the Connecticut Witch Festival Culture Fair that we're doing this year, again for the 3rd year. Connecticut Psychic Fairs. We do the Dracula tours where we take everybody. What's going on, buddy? And we take people from here in this country, bring them over to Romania, Transylvania, take them on a tour of the footsteps of Bram Stoker's Dracula, and also the Vlad Tepes. So in those steps, you got real history, you got movie history. Also, we do the ghost tours worldwide and all that. So I think we have a ghost tour this year in England, where we'll walk you on a couple of different places, of course, being Whitechapel, where Jack the Ripper was. So those are going to be going on. And we do a monthly talk over at our favorite place, Transylvania Restaurant in Connecticut. So all kinds of things going on with that. But that's us, in a nutshell. And of course, you can't run a show without a great MC. So, of course, our favorite MC we always have every year, probably one of the best critical thinkers and intellectual minds in the paranormal.
Yes.
Mike Roser is going to be back emceeing our event. So any of the panels that we have, he'll be asking you questions. So make sure you prepare now or you'll be in trouble. You will be definitely in trouble if you don't do that. Now, a little background about Mike is, he's into everything. Anything weird you could think of, he's part of it. Paranormal, cryptid, UFOs. He's a researcher. He's a documentarian. He's got a nice documentary that's going to be coming out that they're advertising soon. So his gifts, he's been all over the country, just making sense of everything. He's the founder of Dark Hour Paranormal, and he's a content provider for Third Phase UFO Report. So those are some crazy things, and he's making a lot of hay in here in the industry, a different look at things that nobody else is looking at it that way. But with his mind, where else would he be doing it? You know, he would always be something different out of the box. So we're glad to have him again this year. And since we're on our favorite network right now, All Access Network Television, of course, we got the lovely Gwen. You know, my representation, just so everybody knows, it's been in the works for a while. But on April 2nd, Thursday, 8 o'clock, April 2nd, my new show, Profiled, will be starting. Finally, right? Just been crazy, you know, been a lot of things going on in the personal side of stuff, business side of things, getting things going. But we're finally going to make hay on that, and it's going to be fun. It'll be me, you know, talking about the weird mind of serial killers, how it works from step one. The first night, we're just going to talk a little bit about my background and also the history of where profiling came from, how it all started. So we're going to do it like a step-by-step, a full immersion into it. As the days go, you're going to learn more and more about it to the point where we're going to sit together and we're going to solve the mind of serial killers as we go on. So it's going to be a fun show. Make sure you join us for that. But another partner in crime on this network is going to be joining us at the Connecticut Paracon, Raven Wolf.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to be joining us from the medium frequency on the show. You know, being on All Access Network TV, she was featured on LA's Most Haunted. So she's been on a couple shows, which is great. But a lot of her recognition, she's in Salem right now. She's a tarot reader, of course, paranormal investigator. She's also now an author. Her book is going to be coming out. Hopefully she has it by the time we hit Connecticut Paracon, so you guys could purchase that. We're very excited for her. One of the other things she's recognized for is not only being a medium, she's able to tap into your pet or your animals. And that way you could get closure with your animals. So that's always a great thing. Just past life regression, hypnotherapy, Akashic records, anything you could think of. She's very well versed, very well known and respected in the industry. And we're excited to have her. My spiritual daughter, so I always try and keep an eye on her. So
she's a good friend of mine, and she does things for me as well as my pet. So I'm telling you, it's legit. Yes.
Yeah. Yes. So we're excited. And if you guys have questions about your pets, she's going to be the best one to visit her table at Connecticut Paracon. So we're excited about that. Next up on our list, she's been a friend of ours for a while, and I mean, this girl's been kicking butt in the paranormal world. She's been working her butt off to the point where she won Best Psychic Medium in Long Island this year.
Oh, wow.
So that is huge. Mm-hmm. So her name is, she goes by Medium Bianca Rose Paracon. So she's going to be joining us. She's been nicknamed the Human Ouija Board. So she's an award-winning evidential psychic medium. She's channeler, spiritual practitioner. She's investigated all over the country. She does a lot of events with Dave Giuliano and all them in that area. So she's been part of some of the scariest, most historic places she's investigated. She's always part of events, fundraisers, and she's also been on TV on Paraflix and Amazon Prime and some YouTube stuff. So we're excited to have her.
For a couple of shows already, and I know she's coming back for more. And I got to talk with her personally, and I'm telling you, y'all gonna have some good people. Y'all good people now.
Yep. Really? Yeah, we're only have a few people this year. You know, last year we had 35 special guests. We're down to 15 this year, so that's purposeful. You know, we're gonna have a lot more vendors, but it's gonna be one of those shows where I tell you, we got some stuff up our sleeve. This is gonna be a good one this year. I'm excited about it. And, you know, Charles and I have been working really hard at this, all the advertising and just a lot of the people watching. Anybody that's part of Connecticut Paracon, like you guys on All Access Network Television always help us out. Oh, Charles and I only have so many people that watch us. So some of you guys come into the event, whether you're a vendor, special guest, it's always helpful. The way we make our platform grow and the more people hear the message, advertise. We put something out, share it and all that. We'll share it together. You know, one little rock into a pond makes a little ripple, but if we're throwing a whole bunch of pebbles, we're making waves. So that's what we want to do in this industry. We want to get the message out, and we always appreciate all the help. We don't require it, but in the end, if you're coming and you want more people to see you, your fan base to come, make sure they know you're there. And it's always helpful, and we appreciate that. But next up, I think I know this lady a little bit. I kind of know her. I'm trying to remember how to pronounce her name.
Would you like me to help?
Stacia Wills.
Yeah.
My other half, of course she's going to be there. You know, we're yin and yang. You know, we got to be together. She is known in the industry as the Mulfor, which is specific to the area where her family is from. She's over 10 generations of the Rusin people and the most magical people. There he is, our MC himself. So, and the thing is being part of that tribe is magical. They were persecuted along with the Jewish people from the Germans, and they were locked up in prison camps too because of their magical abilities. So she is part of that Rusin line, the Mulfor, which is very sought after for a lot of people in the Eastern European countries. She has it on her license plate. She's had people from Croatia like follow her to find, are you really a Mulfor? And they get excited and stuff. So people travel from all over the world. She's had people fly in from other countries just to sit with her so she could, you know, do readings for them. But she's a shaman, psychic medium. She's also a medical intuitive. All right. And like I said, over 10 generations of ancestral lineage of the Carpathian Mountains. She is also one of the co-founders of Wardruna, the healing collective that you're going to hear a lot about this year. We're making waves with that, talking about changes to the industry. We're here to make sure that people understand more about how the paranormal works on the side of what we deliver as trauma or psychological things or just that type of stuff and how it all intertwines and how we help heal people and put them on the right path. Get away from the stigmas of psychologists, but the people that are in our group that are psychologists and also on the, therapists, they're all part of the paranormal too. So they understand you a little bit more than maybe some other doctor that thinks you're a quack. So we have that all in here and we're excited about that. And of course, you know, Stacia's been on Amazon Prime, Paraflix. She's delivered the healing message all over the world, at events, publications, several podcasts, radio. She's been on a lot of things. She's very sought after. Like I said, people fly from other countries. Guess what? If you come to Connecticut Paracon, come to her table, you're going to be able to get a reading from her. And I mean, and it's inexpensive. She doesn't charge a lot, which I keep telling her she should charge more because of how good she is. It isn't just about giving the message. It's about giving closure. It's about helping you on your path, making you either laugh or cry with good tears or closure right after. And bring your tissues too. Don't sit with her without tissues. So I guarantee all that.
She's made me cry just in the car talking to her on the phone. And I'm like, girl, stop. I'm trying to drive.
I mean, she's unbelievable. She's, she gives that healing of trauma because you can't do what we do without us going through trauma ourselves, but we work the system. So we work through it. We know it works, and we want to help people go through that system too. So she'll be at Connecticut Paracon. Of course, our next up person, very good friend of mine. And I mean, I think I call her you're one of the busiest women in the paranormal too, Gwen. But this woman is very busy in the paranormal. We'll have her for most of the day on that Saturday, July 11th, when Paracon is this year. That is Miss Larissa Rex. All right. She's an author, paranormal investigator, psychic medium, producer, military vet. She's the CEO of Third Eye Event Production. She's also the Haunted Mafia. She's part of that. The founder of Paranormal Research Team, co-creator and producer of the upcoming TV series Hell House, in her current publication, The Hell House Effect. So, I mean, this girl's like always doing something. I love her. She works so hard. Being that military background, very structured and all that, no nonsense, which think we need sometimes in the paranormal and all that, just to get forward and go forward and all that. So she's working her butt off. She's taking time out to join us at Connecticut Paracon so she could tell you all about Hell House and all the upcoming projects that she's part of and all the things that she's doing. She's got part of an event herself this year, which is going to be in, I think it's in Pennsylvania. It's going to be the Underworld Culture Con in Scranton. So that's coming up. Check that one out too. That's going to be a great event. Now, next person we have.
Just a minute. Yeah. Now, when I looked the website up, I know what you have up on yours, but I looked it up. Can you see the big letters underneath have you got it where you can see what I posted?
Yeah.
Underneath? Okay. Now, when I looked it up, that is what I got as far as the website. So if you go what Thomas has or this, you can find it. Or just type in Paracon. If you put two N's,
Paracon with two N's. People forget to put the second N or org. Most people are they're so in their mind, they're trying to go to .com all the time. It is org, and
it is. But it's if you just there was Paracon with two N's, you're gonna find it because I did that to see. So yes, go ahead. I didn't mean
somebody asked me one time, why is there two N's? And I'm like, because it's in Connecticut. So, the old days when they had the mail routes and all that, they shortened everything up. But in the old days, they used to put CONN period and then your zip code. But now it's just CT. So a lot of the states were like that, a little bit longer at the time. But so it was con. So our next up, one of our favorites and all that, she's always there. We love her because she has such that great energy about her. And she helps out MC also with Mike Roser. If he's got something going and we kind of switch off or whatever. Miss Shannon Collins, the Queen of Darkness, Dream Within a Scream. Yes, she is a horror actress. She's got an upcoming horror movie, independent movie she was in. We're excited about that. She's a model, a poet, and most importantly, a paranormal investigator. She's the horror hostess with the Ghostess on Paraflix. She's appeared in several magazines, publications, also has appeared on Paraflix, Amazon Prime, and of course she's in current movies and upcoming independent horror films. So we're excited about that. And, she'll have a whole bunch for you. And you know what she looks like? We might get her up and dress. She looks like she looks just like our new mascot for Connecticut Paracon. If we put her in a white dress and a little black around her eyes and all that, she'll look just like our person. There you go.
There it is. She does.
Maybe we could get her a little Connecticut Paracon sign like that and maybe convince her to walk around and freak everybody out and be able to have pictures with her. If I were her, say, hey, $5 a picture with me with the sign would probably help her out. So we always like to make sure that our vendors, are ready to go and everybody that comes in and make sure you see all the vendors. So we're excited about that. Vendors are probably one of the most important things. I know we're introducing all of our special guests, but without vendors, you don't have a show. So we're very appreciative of all of them. Some tables are still available. We got a few left. This year we're going to be at a hotel, which makes it great is because if you stay there, you can roll out of bed just in case you had a few too many green beers, since it's St. Patrick's Day the night before. You could just roll into the event downstairs. There's a eatery there. We will have food trucks too on top of it. So we give you a little bit of a selection. So I have
a question.
Sure.
And for anybody that doesn't know, if you want a vendor's table or whatever, can you go on the website?
If you go on the website, all the information is there at the bottom of the website. The phone number to call, which is Charles' business number. And there's also the email, CT Paracon, of course, the two N's at gmail.com. And just put in interest and he'll send you all the information that you need and how to become a vendor. So make sure you do that because we love our world-class of vendors. And I know it's always exciting and the camaraderie there, the networking and all that happens at the event is special, and all the patrons that come in and get to see all these cool guests and the vendors and hear the speakers, and it's amazing. And then whatever else we have up our sleeve to make it more exciting. As the months go on leading up to it, of course, we like to give you a little at a time. You know, we don't want to give it all at a time. We want to build that peak, get it exciting, but make sure you get your tickets early. It is cheaper to get tickets earlier than get them at the door. Yeah, so make sure you do that. And, you know, we only have so much space until the fire marshal tells us no more. So make sure you get your tickets early. So we don't want to get the fire marshal upset and get kicked out of the hotel. So usually we only get kicked out of Airbnbs, but we don't want to get kicked out of hotels. So.
Well, hey, you know what? And you might even get to see me too again.
Yeah,
I'm trying.
Well, that's the thing is we're leaving it open. All Access Network Television is always represented, but we always want to make sure we get as many representatives as possible. So it is open. Gwen might be there. Lee might be there. We don't know, but we're leaving it open to them. That table is going to be sitting there waiting for them just in case. So that way they could tell you all about what they have coming up. Of course, there's a lot of things coming up for All Access Network Television that I've heard through the grapevine. So it's a very exciting year for them. Also for Wardruna, of course, our healing collective that, you know, a lot of people in the network are part of, and a lot of people in the paranormal industry are part of. So we're excited about that. But one of the couple of people that are part of that Wardruna and just All Access Network Television are next up on the list. Danny and Lauren Perez, the Radicals, are going to be there. So, of course, we know they are archivists of troublesome objects.
They are.
You know, and paranormal investigators, they are authors of several publications, children's books, books on paranormal, books on crime/paranormal, which I'm very proud of the book. You know, they had a book out. It's, was it Echoes of... Now I'm losing my brain here because I'm old.
I cannot remember. Yeah. Look it up.
Hold on. Hey, hold on.
He's got it. I bet he's got it in his little library.
I'm looking. Hold on.
Hold on.
There it is.
Jeremy, are you coming this year? Jeremy, and I'm gonna butcher his name. Yep, Echoes of
Violence, and just so you could see at the bottom there.
Oh yeah.
So I got to write the you know, with my background in profiling and all that, and I was just so honored when he called me to write the foreword for them. Mm-hmm. And I so loved doing it because I got to write it how when I first met them right in the middle of COVID, and you know, how we came together in the Jeffrey Dahmer fork and those types of things. And it's just been a friendship. I love these guys, and these guys are always the life of the party. They always, you never know what they're going to bring with them. What problematic object they're going to bring. You never know. And they're when they give a lecture and all that, we always wait till near the end for them to go because so many people have questions. Mm-hmm. So we know if we put them on last and it goes along, you know, people are able to get those questions answered because they always have a lot of questions. But they always are the bring up the end of the show and make sure that everybody gets all those questions answered in a good time. But they always have a display of all the objects and all that, and they've been seen on the what?
The Ouija boards.
Yep, they got the talking boards. He makes the talking boards, the Ouija boards. Mm-hmm. He makes them out of coffin wood. There's a place nearby that makes coffins, and of course, some wood gets tossed to the side. So Danny gets that wood, and he makes, you know, the talking boards out of wood. And then he's now has legally possessed cremains that he could put into the paint of the boards. So he has that too, a little added thing. And the thing is, he could customize one for you. If you reach out to them, he could customize and have your picture on. I remember he made one with Adam Began on it with him in front of Stephen King's house. So whatever you want, the picture can be transposed onto it along with your alphabet, of course, your numbers, your yes, no, and all those types of things. So that's another exciting thing. Even if you go, you could give him your customization. He can mail it out to you if you come and see him at Connecticut Paracon. But they always have a full set of things. The great thing about it is they have their whole setup in a coffin.
Yes.
So when they get there, they open up the coffin and there's the display of everything. So it's great. They are so good at what they do, and they take care of all those objects very, very closely. I mean, you know, some people, they collect objects and all that, but these guys collect them, they study them, they do whatever they can to figure out. They hold on to the stories. They go all over the country telling the stories of these objects. So the energy in these objects aren't forgotten either. Just like people don't want to be forgotten. The energy of the object wants its story told too. So they curate that, and they're archivists of all those stories, where all that stuff come from. It's stuff they say is borrowed. If the people want it back, they could take it. Nobody's taken it back yet, but you know, that could happen. So, you know, Danny and Lauren have been seen on so many different things. Hulu, Disney Plus, Apple TV. They have also, they're working on an upcoming podcast on All Access Network Television too, called The Creepy Chronicles. So we're excited about that. And I know they have a few more books coming out that should all be out by Connecticut Paracon too to sell, which will be great. So, but next up, I love this girl. This woman is very, very, very intelligent. She's written several books. She has like a blog. She goes through the spooky stuff is her thing. You know, she's a renowned author, paranormal investigator, YouTuber, blogger. She's appeared on a lot of shows, Battle Hero Absolute, Most Terrifying Places in America, Paranormal Revenge, Scariest Places in the World. That's Alex Matsu. So we're excited to have her. So you go and you see her, you're like, oh, I know her. I've seen her before and all that. But she's very humble, and I love her energy. And she's always one of the best guests to have. And people love talking to her. So extremely intelligent, excited to have her. But another very intelligent person that we always love having, because she's so animated and excited and very immersed in her love for her craft, is Liana Renee Heber. She's a Gothic Victorian actress, best-selling author, ghost tour guide, and playwright. She's a driving force in women's history and ghost lore, and several fiction and nonfiction publications, including her current USA Today bestseller, America's Most Gothic. So make sure you go see Leanna, hear her talk. She is such an incredible speaker, so we can't wait to have her give her insight on all the things going on in the paranormal, of course, her books and all that, so which is always exciting. So now the next person I'm very excited about, because, you know, like Stacia, you know, you never know. Sometimes we have issues come up and we can't make certain things, but this guy, I love this guy. I've known him for a while, and he's been in the paranormal like me since the Dead Sea was only sick. Us old farts have been around for a while, but Dave Giuliano, all right, so he's a paranormal researcher, demonologist, exorcist, and author. He's the creator of Shadowlands.net. If you don't know what that is, it was actually the very first paranormal website online. So we're talking about how far back us idiots go that have been doing this for too long. So he's the owner of the Ghost Hunter store. So if you need anything like tripwire or SLS cameras, anything you could think of, you could get him through his store. So he's appeared on numerous shows on History Channel, Travel Channel, National Geographic. He was a cast member of Ghost Detectives on Fox and the CW. He actually appeared on Ghost Hunters a few times. So he's been around the block just like some of us. We're glad to have him. His insight, I mean, he's got the whole gamut. So it's going to be exciting to have him there. And the next guy, okay? The next guy, you guys all know, everybody loves this guy, all right? One of the funniest people you'll ever meet, but one of the most in-depth paranormal people that you'll ever meet. Also, on that funny exterior, his interior is very deep. We love him very much. Jimmy Pettinino, Mr. Haunted himself, will be there. He's an author of several books, investigator. He was the photographer, videographer for Ed and Lorraine Warren. Yes. His pictures and videos have been seen all over the world, magazines such as Life magazine, been on Primetime Live, several shows. He's witnessed and participated in numerous exorcisms. He has appeared on one of the favorite paranormal documentaries, Hostage to the Devil. So we're excited to have Jimmy in all his glory. The guy's always good for a funny joke, just to hang out with, a fun guy to talk to. And we're very, very, very happy that he's come back with us. This time, he only has to drive one town over, so I don't think it's too big for him.
That's good. Yeah.
But everybody loves Jimmy, and check him out online. He always has funny videos and all that, so he's hysterical. So the next guy, he's been around since dirt was clean, also, and we always love to have these guys because they give us such great insight with experience and all that. Yeah. Some of the younger people, pick their brains, go to their table. Learn about the days. I remember Jimmy back in the days, and Carl and all of us used to just sit at a table and exchange ideas and try and come up with answers for what's going on. And, with Lorraine and Ed at their house and stuff, all of us that gone through it, especially Johnny Zaffis, all of us old idiot farts and what we used to do and all that. We love it. And we love watching the younger generation get into it too. We love watching them make their own mistakes like we did and all that and build up. Nobody's perfect. Even in the rain, it's like doctors, back in the day, doctors, you say bloodletting is going to cure you. Back then we could look at it now, but everything's progressed so much that what Ed and Lorraine did gave us the building blocks to get to where we are now. So we're learning more because of them. They opened that up, the Warrens, Dr. Hans Holzer, people like that, inventions of machine, these things like the Frank's box, Frank Sumption inventing that to give us equipment to look at things even better. Gary Galka from Connecticut with his inventions. So yeah, these go a long way, how all this stuff builds and the ideas. So we need more ideas. We need to try more stuff, whether it be metaphysical ways or scientific ways. And I love the science side of it, and I love people that are going at it. But it's paranormal. I think we could try. It's hard to repeat things to get a good scientific grasp on it. But a lot of these people will give you that insights, and hopefully we come up with something. But the next person we have, of course, again, like I said, since dirt was clean, he's a demonologist. A multifaceted researcher. He is known for his appearances on the Sci-Fi Channel series Ghost Hunters, his work with Beyond the Veil Paranormal. He is one of the original investigators of the Conjuring House in Rhode Island. Our buddy Carl Johnson is going to be there. Carl is such a character. You'll love this guy. He's a walking paranormal demonology encyclopedia. So pick his brain. Whatever's left of it. I'm kidding, Carl.
Oh, he's awesome to sit down.
Yeah.
Even to sit across the screen. Yeah.
Yeah. If you could sit down with him for just a minute, it's amazing. So, but the next guy, one of the nicest people you'll ever meet, and one of the guys with some of the biggest history in his career. I've known this guy for a while. He's become such a good friend. He works alongside with us. He helps us with Wardruna on the clergy side of things. Father Bob Bailey, the paranormal padre, will be there. He's a retired Roman Catholic priest skilled in spiritual warfare. He's a consulting priest, of course, for NESPAR, PRS, and of course, Wardruna. He's appeared on Paranormal State, The Haunted Happenings, and just recently on Expedition X. So we're excited to have the man himself, Father Bob Bailey. He's the one that blesses Annabelle, and they go all over the country. So we're very excited to have him and see his insights on stuff, which we're very happy about that. So now the next person we have, I've been begging him. He's a good friend of mine. He's helped me out a lot in the past. He's actually my tattoo artist. A lot of the tattoos I have were done by him, but he's been around for a little bit. He's a skeptic of the paranormal, but not one of those annoying skeptics, but he's one of those guys. Oh, he really looks at things. He'll pull things apart. He is another very highly intelligent, intellectual person. He's also a stand-up comedian. So that's another part of people that don't know about him. He's had shows on Amazon Prime. He's been seen all over the place, nationally, internationally. He's recently, like Amazon Prime, he was on the Paranormal Circle recently with Amy Bruni. So he is known as the occult collector, Calvin Von Crush, artist, collector of occult history. an archivist. Now, the reason why I'm bringing him up now is he's actually going to have a immersive display of occult history where you could see and how it started, with the introduction of all this stuff that's gone on years ago, the Victorian age, all these things he's collected, all the stories behind them. Much different than what Danny and Lauren have, because they have the troublesome objects. He's going to be showing you the history, occult history, and all that, little objects from them and all that. When they used to do seances, some of the horns they would use in seances and stuff they would use to look like it's ghost goo and all that, and just go over all the different things and how they did stuff, and some of them the trickery, some of them that may not have been tricking people, and just that whole history. I've seen him speak another great speaker and all that. I don't think he's going to speak this year, but he will be at that table just going over the history to anybody that wants to learn. So he'll be standing by, and and if you live nearby and all that, maybe you could hit him up for a time to get a tattoo, because his tattoos are fantastic. I got, my tattoo there that he did of the raven, a whole bunch of bats, and my owl up in the tree, all my favorite nocturnal animals. Great artist. He makes things and all that are like bizarre. But yeah, he's got quite a collection. We're excited to have him. I've been begging him to come for years. He finally gave in. Another person the place is pretty close to his house, so which makes it a little easier for him and all that he doesn't lose time doing tattoos. But hey, if you need a tattoo, get him a little more business, and you'll hear all about the occult history that he's going to have for you guys. Now, tonight, I know I said earlier, Charles not being here, doing the best I can. I know I'm not a showman, so I'm more of a shaman. So Charles a little more animated than I am. But we do have over my shoulder the glowing land, Dickie the dinosaur. Of course, me, the Archangel, the paranormal. I got my Archangel Michael statue behind us, cheering me on to try and give a showman side of me. But I got Gwen with me, making sure that I try and do better. But
You're doing great.
Yeah, I'd rather help the dead make transition, but that's just me. So.
You're doing great.
That's my thing, So
I know it.
Yeah, and Charles and I will come back on to introduce who we have for our main horror guests. We're going to hold off on that one now. So if a couple of our horror guests were expecting to hear their names tonight, hang in there, buddies. We'll talk about it, but I'll give you a little clue. Let's just say first and most recent, and I'll just leave it at that. Okay. Now, the final guest I'm going to introduce tonight, because we know we got another show coming up on All Access Network TV coming up at 8 o'clock. We're coming up on the 7:45 and we got to move on out of here. But hopefully, all this stuff, if you missed it tonight, make sure you go back and watch all the people that you missed. It'll be coming up on our page soon. We're going to be uploading all that. But finally, one of our main paranormal guests is actually a cryptid guy. All right. So guess who we got this year to give you guys some excitement? Of course, he's a renowned cryptozoologist and author. He's appeared on numerous TV shows carried by Travel Channel, Discovery, National Geographic, Sci-Fi, Animal Planet, and he's currently on History Channel's The Proof is Out There. Our buddy, Ken Gerhard, is going to be with us with his leather cowboy hat and everything. We're excited to have him. This guy's got so much knowledge about cryptozoology. I might have to question him about this 6 Bigfoot sightings we had up in Ohio over the last few days. Yeah, because I need to know why all of a sudden. Maybe because all the earthquakes we've been having up here, the weird weather. Maybe they knew the meteor was coming from out of sky and going to hit. So that's why they decided to head toward the Appalachians out of northern Ohio. So who knows? Who knows why Bigfoot's, maybe they were sleeping like bears and decided, hey, we want to go to the Appalachians and scare the crap out of the people here. There's more lore there in the Appalachians about them. But Ohio actually does have some of the most sightings of Bigfoot in the country, so which is exciting. And again, let me go back through it. But again, Charles and myself, the shaman and the showman, our MC, Mike Roser. We'll be giving some of the questions and introducing you, so keeping everything going. Raven Wolf will be with us at Connecticut Paracon, Bianca Rose, Stacia Wills, Larissa Rex, Shannon Collins, Danny and Lauren Perez, the Radicals, Alex Matsu, Liana Renee Hebert, Dave Giuliano, Jimmy Petanino, Mr. Haunted, Carl Johnson, Father Bob Bailey, Calvin Von Crush, and Ken Gerhard. That's our paranormal cryptid UFO lineup for you guys for Connecticut Paracon. Again, we'll be coming back to you to talk about the horror guests and all that, but
and more surprises, I'm sure, because there always are.
Yeah, we always got stuff up my sleeve. I got a short sleeve right now, but I could fit a lot of things up that short sleeve for you guys. But like last time when we were in Salem, we surprised you guys by doing a paranormal investigation at the Satanic Temple, which a lot of people always wanted to get into. So that one was, I know that one was exciting. A lot happened there, to the point where I wrote a story about what happened there, and it's going to be in the upcoming book.
Yay!
Okay, hold on. Let me find the old one. Let's see if I can find it. I think we still have time. So
we do.
Hang in there. Don't hang up on me yet.
I'm not. I just get a copy of this one, right?
See this?
Yes.
The True Ghost Stories of Connecticut. Part 2 is going to be done by the time Connecticut Paracon happens. It's going to be True Ghost Stories of Connecticut and New England.
Oh, nice.
So we're going to have a little bit more of an array. So Charles is putting together, a whole bunch of people have written stories. Myself, I wrote 3 with the help. The Satanic Temple one, I got the help from Stacia, Danny and Lauren Perez. We all kind of gave our thoughts, and then I put it together. It helped Stacia write story of the Glebe house when we had an experience there with the little boy that she felt on her lap, and somebody put an SLS camera on her where she said the little boy's on my lap, and you could see a stick figure swinging his legs on her leg, which is pretty crazy. Also, the one about Billy at the Shoreline Trolley Museum, where it helped Billy make transition with 20 people watching and had their mouths hanging open, wondering what the hell just happened. So that was an exciting one. So we have all those stories and many, many more from some of your favorite people. And the best thing about it is when the book comes out, you get it from Charles, you could go from table to table, because several of the people there, special guests and vendors, have written stories for the book. So you could get multiple autographs on like almost every story. So that's another exciting thing. Again, authors are going to be there, psychic readers, the investigators, pick everybody's brain, their knowledge. It's about networking and learning and seeing some of the people that have been doing it for a long time that have that knowledge. Of course, the vendors and all their wares, the cool stuff, whether it be candles and things. The what?
That list is coming for the vendors. It'll be
yes. We always like to put who's going to be there. Again, that gets put up on the website as it comes. A lot of times some of the vendors just get in at the last second, but usually about a month before. Everybody that's signed up, we'll put them on there. So if you want to get more people seeing what you do, make sure you get your vendor table early, so you guys could be featured on the website. Of course, if you call us the last minute, it's hard to upload it on the website at the last second to get you guys featured. So make sure you do that. But one last thing before we go, anybody that's out there that has a group and you want to get more known, or a business that you want to push and get out there, go to the website down here, of course, what Gwen put up at www.paracon2ns.org. On there, we have sponsorships. So we have a platinum, we got gold, and the silver and bronze. So check those out, see which one works for you. And again, the information's there to get your sponsorship level. And you get all kinds of goodies from us and all that, shirts, free tickets, things like that. Your own table to do your show about your business and promote that. Any events that we have after Paracon that night. Of course, we have things up our sleeve. We won't tell you yet, but that'll have to do with a lot of the upcoming guests we haven't announced yet for the horror are going to be all part of that. So that way you could get part of those tickets also. So there's a lot of benefits, and that's all listed on the website. So if you want to take part in that, it's very helpful, because when you help us, we're able to turn around and help you to have a great time. And we're always there for you, always a world-class event. We love everybody when they show up, whether it be just one person shows up or 5,000 people. We always want to make sure that we bring the best party to everybody in the paranormal. So we like to call it the best event of the summer. So it's always fun. So make sure you guys all show up. And, of course, when I'm around, and all our glorious weirdos are around, of course, we are all ready to take you down the rabbit hole, right? So, yeah. But with that, I know you got to get on to another show. And again, everybody follow the website. We're always changing it. Something new pops up. So make sure you check in daily to see what's going on. Get your tickets early.
I'll be putting it on my personal one, of course. And if you have a question, you can't get him.
Yep.
Ask me. I'll find out.
Yeah. And if not, go to the website. There's a phone number there that reaches out to Charles. He'll get back to you. You can email us. So that's all on there. So blow up Charles' business phone.
There you go.
So give him a hard time. Tell him that he needs to get on a better flight from Florida back to Connecticut. And so he's at the unluck of the Irish today. So, we love him. We miss him. And we know the next time you see us, it'll be announcing the horror guests. And, again, we appreciate everybody at All Access Network Television, especially you, Gwen, for sitting here listening to me yap about all this, trying my best to be as much of a showman as I can.
I was happy to hear the list, because I didn't know either, and I don't know the horror guys. So I'm sitting here going,
oh yeah, we're keeping that one under the cuff too. So you guys gotta stay aware of what's going on. But we're excited. We're ready to go. And of course, get ready is our motto this year for Connecticut Paracon. So always get ready for what's coming next, because you never know what's around the corner. Funny thing is around the corner. I like to say that, but when you guys see the horror guests, you'll realize what around the corner actually is, and we'll tell that story when we're back on again. But there it is, Connecticut Paracon. There's our girl this year, our spooky girl,
I like that.
Who, of course, hopefully Shannon Collins could look just like that, and it'll be fun. Maybe you could take her picture with you, and maybe she'll charge a couple bucks. That'll be worth it. Right? But yeah, we got a lot of things in store for everybody, and make sure you attend and support. And again, anybody that loves the Connecticut Paracon, post anything we have, share it.
Please, yes.
The more different people that see it, the more people that are going to come and get to see all the special guests. Even the special guests promote. That way more of your fans will come out to see you. If they don't know you're there, then of course they're not going to know. It's like the lottery. If you don't buy a ticket, you're not going to win. So make sure you promote as much as possible. Charles and I do everything. We go all in. We try and be on every radio show, podcast, TV shows, local news, newspaper, any publication you could think of. We go door to door at businesses in the area and put posters up. So we're doing everything we can for you to make sure that we get as many people there for the vendors to see what they have and to see the special guests. But we always need your help. It's free to take a minute to repost something. So help us out. We always love that. Any Paracon you're part of, help them out. It's hard work, and they're giving you the platform. I know a lot of the other ones, of course, Stacia and I, as Wardruna, are going to be at a ton of Paracons this year. A lot of them, New Orleans, Cleveland, the Hollow, of course, Connecticut, Salem. I might be going up to MassCon myself.
Nice.
Also the Underworld Culture Con that's going to be in Scranton. Hopefully I'm not missing too many. I know Cleveland, I said again, because it's in our backyard. The Hollow is important because Wardruna works with people with trauma and things like that. And their fundraiser this year is geared towards, psychology and mental health and all that. So we're excited to speak at that one. But we'll be speaking all over the country, a lot of podcasts. Of course, remember, April 2nd at 8 o'clock on this network, the first episode of Profiled with yours truly will be on, and it's going to be very immersive. And I hopefully you guys ask a lot of questions because it's lonely to be on by myself. But I know Gwen will be in the background or be
I'm
joining
always
me.
there to support you.
Yeah, you know, she is the spirit of my brain to make sure I stay on track and don't lose my brain and all that. And that's going to be exciting. Yeah. But again, Connecticut Paracon, July 11th, one day only this year.
One day.
So you can't second guess yourself. Either you're there or you're last. Let's just put it either you're first or you're last, you know. So if you're not first, you're last, or whatever the quote is. And let's make sure that you guys join us. Again, we always have stuff up our sleeve. It's going to be exciting. But I know you got another show to go on. I keep saying that, but
I can talk all night too. But
I know it's always fun. I love talking to you too, and
we have Cryptid Nation on, which I'm actually on also. So,
well, if you're on Cryptid Nation, can you ask them why Bigfoot has been seen 6 times in Ohio in the last few days?
We have a guest who is Nathaniel Elwell, actually. He's talking about his one of his experiences or more. I know he's had, I think, 3. Actually his co-host on one of his shows. But
nice.
Yeah, but I think he's had 3. I don't know what one he's talking about. So come over and see.
Well, it's good because you know my buddy Nathaniel. I love Nate, and I think he's actually a cryptid himself. So he might want to talk about himself because he is a cryptid. Maybe he's a hairy Bigfoot too. Maybe he's a hairy Bigfoot midget. So that's what he probably is. You know, he could be a skunk ape or something. So.
Go to this website. If you can't remember that, type in Paracon with 2 N's and you will find it. I promise.
Okay, and make sure the biggest guest of them all at Connecticut Paracon, Dickie the dinosaur. So make sure you see Dickie, and you do have the chance to purchase your own Dickie and all that, which will be great. He lights different colors. So he's like a light when you're doing paranormal investigation. But guess what? If you tap him just slightly, he changes color. So he could be a trigger object if spirit energy touches it and changes colors, and you might have something going on. So he's like an all-in-one everything. He is the paranormal mascot of all the paranormal, Dickie the dinosaur. So he'll be at Connecticut Paracon too.
All right. Sign us out, man. You always say you're...
Oh yeah, we're at the end, but not the end. But hey, guess what, everybody? Again, come to Connecticut Paracon so we could go down the rabbit hole again. See you guys soon.